Hello, I am Sven, and welcome to the Hardcore Casual Sports channel. I am also here with my friend Marcus. So, yeah, you can also introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Markus, and I love pretty much every single sport.
Yeah, so in this video, we are going to be talking about the upcoming UFC fight night, Khalil Rountree versus Jamal Hill. We're going to go into into depth about these matches, and basically we're going to pick whoever we think is going to win. So let's get it started. So the first match is going to be between Hamdi Abdel Wahab and Mohammed Usman. So Mohammed Usman is the brother of Kamaru Usman, and yeah, these guys are pretty much very bad uh, heavyweight fighters. Abdul Wahab has like 2 wins in UFC so far, and he has been on roids. So essentially, I mean, both of them pretty much, I think, are on have been at least on roids. But when it comes to the matchup, I think Mohammed Usman is going to get absolutely dominated by Abdul Wahab. Usman has some power in his hands, but at the end of the day, Abdul Wahab, he's undefeated, and he dominated Don'Tale Mace, and he was out for like a year or 2 years, but then he also won a very close fight with Box. So both of them are not good. I am going to go with Abdul Wahab because Usman, I think he's just going to get absolutely dominated with grappling, and he has a chance to knock out Abdul Wahab, but I'm going with Abdul Wahab.
And me, my opinion, like I am a MMA casual, and I really don't know about this sport that much. But and as a casual myself, I just don't know any of these fighters, and I'm gonna pick the same pick as when.
All right, we're moving on from heavyweights to flyweights. We have Takir Ulanbekov and Asad Maksum. Asad Maksum, he has one loss in UFC, and he has a couple of wins. In my, I think he has two wins. Gonna look it up. He has one loss and he has 17 wins. And in UFC, he only has one win against Tyson Nam. It's an average win. It's a split decision, and then he lost to Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson is pretty good, but yeah, Tagir Ulanbekov is, I think, so much better than Asad Maksum. He trains with Khabib. He trains with the Dagestanis. He has a 3 fight winning streak, 2 submissions, and he absolutely he's better. He has been in the rankings for the last 4 years or something like that. So he's been consistent. He has lost Tim Elliott, which is average. Yeah, I'm very. I think Ulampenko is going to win by a decision and a unanimous decision. I don't think Maxum really has it in him to offer any danger to Ulampenko.
And my pick is also Ulan Pekko because he's a Dagestani and he has a hard training camp.
Yeah, Young Park has been in the UFC for a long time now, and I mean, I love his nickname, the Iron Turtle. It's an iconic name, and this man always goes to war. He has a granite chin. He always goes and has fun matches. So I mean, I am very excited for this one. Last time around, I mean, he did win over Brad Tavares, which is a solid win. he did lose to Andre Muniz, which is a little bit worrying because Andre Muniz just got TKO'd by Aliskerov, but he's facing Naurdiev, uh, and Naurdiev is coming off a decision win in the 308 card back in October over Bruno Silva, and you know a win over Bruno Silva is not very impressive anymore, especially when Period absolutely destroyed him. So I'm going to go with Jung Young Park. I know he's not gonna knock him out. Park is going to be too much for him, and Nauriev is going. I mean, this guy has 7 losses outside the UFC. That's not a good look.
Mm. And I actually betted some money to Yutong to win, and I hope I'm gonna get my money back with some profit. Hope so.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lot of money because this is gonna be one of the locks of the card. Moving on, we have the final prelims on the card. It's going to be Seokyeon Ko versus Oban Elliott, and I don't know about Seokyeon. Let's just call him Ko. Don't know much about this guy. He's coming off a contender series win against Cavalcanti. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't know about this guy, uh, but I know about Oban Elliott, and the hype is real. This guy is from Wales. He has put Wales on the map, and I mean, this guy is very close to top 15 level in my opinion. I mean, he KO'd Basil Hafez, and Basil Hafez had a competitive fight against JDM. So this guy's the real deal. I honestly believe Oban Elliott will win because he's definitely top 10 worthy in my opinion. So I hope he gets a chance at a close to a ranked opponent in his next fight after he wins against Cop.
And I really don't know what to say about this fight because I haven't seen neither this guy's fight. Maybe the Korean guy because he looks more tough, you know.
Alright.
I don't know.
Alright, next up we have Mohamed Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Grad is great. His last time he won against Lucas Alexander at early this year and knocked him out brutally. Um, yeah, I really like this guy. I think he has a lot of potential. He's still somewhat young at 29. Um, one of the only Austrian fighters in UFC. And Naimov, though, 12 and 3, and he lost to Felipe Lima, got absolutely bullied around. This guy cheated a lot against Nathaniel Wood and doesn't deserve that win. But yeah, he's average. I don't think his record in the UFC it looks better than it actually is. I don't consider the Wood fight really like a win. And I mean, his last win was over Khan Ofi, who's very average. So I'm very confident Bogdan Grad, I think, will KO Mohamed Naimov.
And I think Bogdan Grad is going to win because I have seen one of his fights and it was pretty good, pretty exciting fight. And yeah, my bets are for him.
Now, Nicholas Motta versus Nazim Zarikov. Um, Nicholas Motta joined the UFC, I think, 2021 or 2022 through the Contender Series. And he had a very rough start in the UFC. He lost a few. I think he got KO'd brutally by Jim Miller, if I'm not wrong. Uh, yeah, he got KO'd by Jim Miller, Manuel Torres. He has some brutal KO losses, but recently he has been pretty alright. KO Tom Nolan, who's a great prospect now. And So yeah, he's definitely turned it around a little bit. But Nazim Sadikov is a really really hard test, and I think Sadikov is really underrated because ever since his Terence McKinney win, I really have valued this guy more than other people. I think value this guy. Last time around in February, he he got a good win over Bonfim. Um it was a doctor stoppage, but this guy looked very good. And yeah, that draw with Porsche, that was an absolute war. Very fun fight. I am very confident in the Sariko pick, and I think I'm gonna go for a TKO win for Sariko.
And when I see those two guys record, then I can completely say Nassim like feels like a better fighter because of the better record.
Oh yeah, Sariko is a big favorite, so I don't mind an underdog pick for Mota, but I think Sariko is a better fighter, so I'm gonna go for Sariko. Then we have Tofik Musayev making his debut against Miktebek Orolbai. Orolbai is coming off a massive fight in back in October, one of the best fights of last year against the Rebecki. Um, showed a lot of heart. He's pretty good. He has a win over Medic. He has a win over Renner. Solid wins. Nothing too special, but I think it's enough to beat a guy like Tofik Musayev, who I haven't seen a lot of footage from. I didn't do much research when it comes to this card, but he has a win over Sydney Outlaw, who's like an experienced guy when it comes to MMA. And, he fought in Bellator Rising, so he could be good. He has a win over Patricio Pitbull's brother, which is a pretty good win. But Europa is tough. It's going to be hard to finish him, and I feel like he's just going to put a ruthless pace on Musayev, and I think he will get a decision win.
My opinion is that Oral By is very good fighter. When I saw the 308, then I was shocked how what fight it was, and yeah, I think he's going to win.
Yeah, we're getting to the towards the end of the card. We have Curtis Blades taking on Rizov and Kuniev. Kuniev is making his debut. Very undeserved chance to go up against the guy who's coming off a title fight, I think. Uh, or yeah. Blades hasn't fought in over a year, which is crazy. But yeah, they had a bunch of fights scheduled. All of them fell through. And yeah, I don't know why UFC really wants this match. I don't see no point in it. I think Blades will absolutely destroy Kuniev. Kuniev has no place in top five of the UFC. He's just a fat heavyweight who has used so many roids, and I hope he gets absolutely smashed because I really don't like the guy. And Blades is a good guy, so yeah, I think Blades will win in the first round TKO, and that's going to be it.
We don't need those fat balls in the UFC. We need actually skillful fighters like Tom Aspinall, and I'm just going to pick Blade because it's a no brainer.
Yeah, moving on to the co-main event: Fiziev versus Bahamondes, Chile versus Azerbaijan, and I do not know how Fiziev is a minus 120. I think Fiziev is pretty overrated, and I used to be a fan of Fiziev, and still kind of like the guy, but Fiziev is very overrated. He's coming off 3 losses now. I know one of them was a fluke injury, but I mean he isn't what I thought he was back in 2022, because I mean he had the hype, but I mean he finished an old Dos Años. Brad Riddell, who went on to retire like 2 fights after he fought Fiziev. I think Fiziev is pretty overrated. I don't know where he's ranked in the division, but I he's barely hanging on to that number because if Bahamondes wins, Fiziev is definitely out of the rankings. And Bahamondes, I have watched this guy since 2021 when he wheel kick KO'd Tyler Roberts. Yeah, Bahamondes has been one of my favorites since then, and it's really good to see this guy finally submit Sheldon Turner and get the top 15 chance that he really deserves. Bahamondes is gonna. I don't think he makes it easy, but I think he will win in the second round, and he will submit Rafael Fiziev. It's gonna be tough to see Fiziev like on a four-fight losing streak, but uh, I'm going to be happy also because Bahamondes he's one of my favorites. So yeah.
Fiziev is a really cool fighter, really pretty good fighter. Last fight he was doing normally, and yeah, but Bahamondes is a really tough guy, and I don't think he can beat him.
Yeah, and finally the main event: Jamal Hill, Khalil Rountree Jr. Now, this fight has been also made a couple of times, but finally, hopefully, it's going to happen now. Uh, Khalil and Jamal, both of them faced Alex Pereira. One of them got brutally KO'd in the first round, and the other one survived and actually put Alex Pereira in danger. Now, I didn't like Hill before the Prohaska fight. I think it was annoying. Right now, I don't have anything against Jamal Hill, and I don't have anything against Khalil also. I mean, he did take steroids, but um, he's a good guy overall. So yeah, I'm kind of I think I don't have much bias in this main event, and I don't mind either of them winning. I think Khalil has a very good chance to knock out Jamal Hill. Last fight against Yuri, he looked very off. He was plodding around like a heavyweight. Not doing much great work. Got dropped by Yuri multiple times. I think a guy like Rountree, who's also very similar to Yuri, very dangerous. I think he's gonna put Hill in a very dangerous place, and I think he will finish him in the first round. I think he will make it look easy. I mean, the guy was having a lot of success against Alex Pereira, and I don't think Jamal Hill, the only reason he got that belt is because Dana White was mad after Ankalaev and Blachowicz was a draw. That's it. So that's the only reason he got like an old Tessera. Uh, yeah, he got lucky. He's not. I don't think he's like top five level. He's top 10 level. I don't think he's like top five guy.
Jamal Hill has his journey has been really weird. Uh, he has ups and downs, but right now he only has been calmed down. And Khalil had very good first two rounds against Alex Pereira, and I think Khalil is going to knock him out cold.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for the event predictions. I'm going to be making a card recap after the event has finished up, and we will see you in the next video.